Hey Leo, Mariah here. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Of course, we're in the month of December, so I want to see what is going on, what is happening for you guys, and more importantly, what is it that you need to focus on at this time. So let's take a look for you. Let's see. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors for Leo. What is it that Leo needs to focus on in the month of December? What is the most important messages, death card coming out for you that they need to know at this time? Please be honest, truthful, and as transparent. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody has I'm hearing like tune-up. Somebody maybe need to get a tune-up, and now winter tires are coming to mind. So just, of course, it's getting colder. Make sure you're just staying up to date with your car. You're keeping things up to date. But really what I wanted to get into was someone is being fine-tuned. It makes me think of a person who's always in their thoughts. Somebody has a very vivid, hyperactive inner world. Somebody has a very rich imagination. It almost feels like it's easier to escape to some form of daydream, or it's easy to just get lost in your thoughts. Somebody's lost a lot in their thoughts in the month of December, whether because you're just daydreaming or you have things that are on your mind that you keep finding yourself disassociating from your reality and checking into your inner world. But it feels like this has always been a space that you've gone into. I don't know if this is a comfort zone for you. When life gets a little tricky, you tend to escape to your inner world. Or you just may find yourself lost in thought more frequently, but it feels like you've cultivated a really great friendship with yourself. Like you are your own best friend. You are your own advocate. You are the one that you go to. So you may have felt like you've felt more at peace or felt more safe being with yourself. Maybe you felt like the most fun you have is when you are with yourself because you feel the most free to be yourself. It's like how some people, they need other people to go out to have fun. And if I'm going to go out to eat, I don't want to eat alone. It's like you can go out to eat by yourself and enjoy it. You can go out to a concert, go do your own thing, travel, whatever it may be, in solitude and feel the happiest, or just feel so light and free and just comfortable. It's odd that this is coming up for me for you because I don't know what the importance of this is, because you would already know. You have that. You have such a strong friendship with yourself. Why am I getting this? Okay, let's keep going. What is it that Leo is needing to focus on? What is it that Leo is needing to focus on? What is it that Leo is needing to focus on? We got two of... So this reminds me of a person who has always, or to some degree, you've attended other people's needs, other people's requests, other people's whims. And you may be seeing other people go off and live their life and do the things that they want to do, but you feel like you're... Okay, I'm sorry. This is not going to connect for everybody. I just feel like I'm dealing with a Leo that's spinning their wheels. And this may be why we're drifting off in our mind, or disassociating through daydreaming, or just getting lost in our own inner world. Because it feels like you're in a position of like having your wheels spinning. Like your wheels are spinning off in the mud. I'm thinking like of a four-wheeler. You can't get out the mud. So maybe right now it's easier to escape into our own world because at least it gives us some sense of reprieve or relief from our reality in the moment. But it feels like Spirit is asking you now to do that. It feels though we do it because it's a comfort zone. So it makes me wonder, even as, you know, sometimes I go back to your childhood here, Leo. It makes me wonder, even if in your childhood, when things may have got hectic in the home, or you felt scared, or you didn't feel safe, or you felt uncomfortable, did you alienate yourself from people? Did you alienate yourself from the world, whether it's physically or just going into your inner world and having to be your own best friend? Because it feels like in December, you're going back into that same coping mechanism, or you're going back into that same behavior. Maybe you're just finding yourself in that position in life where you're daydreaming more often than not. But there's an undertone, if you look deep enough, of some form of wanting to disassociate because whatever we're dealing with is spinning our wheels. But Spirit is saying to put yourself first. And this is why our wheels are spinning. This is why we go into our inner world. because I feel like I need to, please, oh my God, I'm just all over the place. Give me a second, Leo. Because it just feels like somebody's going into their inner world because it feels safer to do so. But it feels like I'm dealing with a Leo who has always accommodated other people's needs, whims, and their requests. That's why I just asked you about that. And when things become too overwhelming or too much of a burden, or we start taking other people's issues on our plate too much, it's like either we can act one or two ways. Either we go into that inner world because it allows us to feel safe because our outer world is becoming too much, or we can explode and then alienate and pull ourselves back. But there's something here that we are having to balance out this month when it comes to people pulling on our energy or requesting things from us that we are either not in that season, not in that space, or not in that mindset where we're capable to do that. And having to, you can't make somebody understand that, but it is a boundary that has to be laid down. Like, I get it, Leo, you're loyal, you care, you show your love through expression, you show your love through service, you show your love through showing up for people, you show your love through gift giving. Like, it's very extravagant, even if it's done in subtle ways with how Leo shows up for people. Like, I totally get that. But a lot of times it gets taken for granted, or sometimes people don't even know because of how comfortable they get used to using you or used to you being there, that it's almost second nature just to ask things from you because of how you always show up. But you don't have the capacity to be, I think you got something, okay. You have some real life pressing issues you have to deal with, good, bad, or indifferent. And that's why your wheels are spinning, because you're having to deal with your own circumstances. And it feels like in the month of December, people are still expecting you to be a pillar in their life or be a person that they can lean on or retreat to, but you don't have the bandwidth. Because you're trying to figure out, and I think this is maybe going back into them daydreams that I'm picking up. It almost reminds me of a person trying to figure out either where to go next, or knowing that you have a dream life you want for yourself, or you have certain outcomes you want for yourself, and everybody else can go and get that for themselves. You may see that other people have it working out for them in their favor, but yet you're either feeling like you've been in the same spot, spinning your wheels. Maybe you feel like life has just been stagnant and not turning in the direction that you want, or you just feel like you don't know how to get out of some kind of hole. You don't know how to get out of some kind of hole. So we go to our inner world, our inner best friend, to self-soothe. We go to our inner world to escape people in our outer world who are trying to tug on our energy, pull on our energy. It feels like in the month of December, you're alienating yourself in some capacity, whether you're pulling back your energy from others or you're just more hidden from others. So you may be more to yourself in the month of December. It's like you may be taking the more passively direct approach to letting others know that I don't have the bandwidth for you this month, by pulling back your energy and just going a little silent on people. Because you need to put you first, and you need to figure out what it is that you need to do or get resolved here. Because something's not clicking. It's like you keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different outcome is insanity. And you may feel like you're in a season of life that you keep getting the same outcome, even though you're trying different approaches to something. And because that situation or circumstance is taking up a lot of your attention or energy, because you do have a direction you feel called to go in, you do feel like you have a path to go in. Where you're at right now, you know that's not where you're meant to be. Where you're at right now, you know that's not where you're meant to stay. You may even be questioning, is my path correct? Am I on the right journey? That's what I'm saying. Your wheels are spinning here. Because it could be much larger than the circumstance at hand, but nonetheless, you're trying to decipher or at least clear out the fog of, okay, Spirit, where do I need to go? Or how do I handle this? Or this situation is in front of me. How do I proceed forward? And you have Jim, Sally, So, and Joe over here pulling on your energy, whether it's your kids, your family. Again, it's holiday season, so I get it, but you just don't have it. You're tired. You're tired of being there for, I don't want to say you're tired of being there for people or for the ones you love, because those are the ones you love. But I think you've overextended. a lot of yourself at times for being that go-to person. 4 Swords, 2 of Wands in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Why is this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Sorry about that, Leo. My camera ran out of storage. But I do want to see, why is this Wheel of Fortune here for you in the reverse? So let's take a look. Why is this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse for Leo? 9 of Cups in the reverse. The Empress. It's like, when is it my turn in the sun? I'm not saying, Leo, you're jealous or you're envious of anybody, because I don't even get them vibes for you. This feels like if somebody's winning in their season, you're happy for them. It's like, good, I'm glad that happened to you. I'm glad you got that promotion. I'm glad you're engaged. I'm glad you are making X, Y, and Z amount of money. Like, you know how to be happy for other people and sincerely feel that. But it's like, damn, when is it my turn in the sun? When is it my turn to finally get my wishes come true? When is it my upswing season, when I'm seeing my manifestations arriving at my doorstep? Blessings poureth down upon me. Like, I don't know, however you want to phrase it, but it just feels like I think there's a I don't know if I even want to say frustrating. Because you know in life, not everything is going to work on your time. You understand that, patience, of course, is like, you get all the simple measures. So it's not like you're being unrealistic. It's not like you're asking for things today and hoping they show up tomorrow. It's not like you're not putting in the footwork. It's not like you're not going through the motions to make these things happen for you. But it's like, damn. Even with all the work I'm doing, I still find myself rotating my tires in the mud, but I'm looking at other people receive their blessings. So when does, then let me ask then about you, and then 5 of Cups. Oops. 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So let me see, when do you receive your blessings, or what's going on with this? And then I'm going to end this because I keep getting too many interruptions. Too many interruptions. Can you tell me, Spirit, when does Leo receive their blessings? What's going on with this? How do we remove them from feeling like the wheel is turning in the mud? What do we, wow. 2 of Cups. 7 of Swords in the reverse. Oops. Ace of Wands just fell, but let me grab it. All right, so we got the Ace of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh. Ooh, the Moon and the Magician on the bottom of the deck. Okay, I got to break this in 2 separate ways for my feminines and for my masculines. If you resonate as a masculine Leo, I know you got it. I know you can be a man's man, or if you just resonate with the energy, I know you have that strength within your bones. But this almost feels like letting down that, I don't even want to say guard, but just being able to be vulnerable enough to accept help from somebody else. And I know I'm just going to relate masculine energy to a man, but you could be a woman and relate. I know it's hard for us to be vulnerable, and I'm not a man, so I'm not going to speak like I'm one, but I'm sure for you guys, it's even harder to open up and say, I need help, and be vulnerable when the world expects you to be able to take care of everything and be able to have everything on your shoulders and not make a fuss about it and still keep pushing on. But this is, for things to really start swinging in your favor, it's asking you, my masculines, to be able to be vulnerable enough to ask for help, to seek help. In some kind, I don't know what this is for or whatever in regards to your manifestation that you're wanting, that you've been praying for, asking for, trying to create for yourself. But it's saying that ask for help. It's okay to show that maybe you don't have it, or you're not as resourceful, or you may not have it all together. You may not have a full game plan. But it does feel like if you can at least open up and be vulnerable enough with yourself, you will be able to connect with somebody. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. You'll be able to connect with somebody that can either help you find the resources, or be able to be an ally in regards to whatever it is that you are needing to create what it is that you're trying to create or manifest, that you are seeing that is not coming to fruition thus far. If you are a feminine Leo, you resonate with the feminine energy, that masculine side to you, whether it is overt masculinity or it's covert masculinity, but that masculine side to you of, I gotta do it. I gotta have some kind of control. I don't want to take my hand off the steering wheel. If I don't get it done, nobody else is gonna get it done. If I don't do it, they're not gonna do it correct. That energy of whether it's micromanaging or you having to wear many hats, it's asking you to be able to be vulnerable enough to be able to ask for help. Same just as the masculine, but just, different way of wording it. You're going to have to do that too, because it does feel like you're leaning more in your masculinity right now, especially from my feminines, because you are unstable in some capacity. And because fight or flight kicks in, a lot of times as a feminine, we move right into our masculine for protective measures because we have to survive or we have to get ourselves out of a situation or deal with circumstances that are not producing comfortability or the security we are needing to feel comfortable. There is some type of instability you're dealing with in some kind of way, my female Leos, and it's forcing you to be in your masculine energy when really Spirit is saying, tenderize yourself a little bit, right? Open up a little bit. Because either if you do that, you can either find somebody, it could be a romantic person, even for my masculines, it could be romantic too, but for my feminines, it could be somebody that's romantic that comes in and helps. Or you may connect with somebody who's going through the same scenario or the same circumstance as you. And they'll be able to see you and recognize you and just being able to have somebody to either hold you accountable or just to validate your experience so you don't feel as alone. Because like I said at the beginning of this reading, I felt somebody tends to go inside internally to their inner world as some form of safe haven. And at times through doing that, we tend to alienate ourselves from the world because it's safer to be in our own shell than maybe out with other people, especially depending on our life experiences. This is like if you were to... All right, Leo, I'm going to wrap your reading up here. I done ran out of storage again, and I'm tired of switching cameras to get this done. So long story less long with your reading for December of what you need to focus on. This is asking you to be vulnerable. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, if you identify as masculine or feminine. This isn't the time to go into that inner world. It's okay to be there for a little bit, but you got to come back out and be able to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I don't have it. Hey, I'm struggling financially. Hey, I'm struggling with my living situation. I don't know where I'm going to live in 30, 60, 90 days. I don't know where I'm going to get X, Y, and Z from. Hey, I'm starting this business and I'm absolutely overwhelmed. I got this new position going on and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing and I don't know how to perform in this role. Whatever it may be that's creating instability. Be vulnerable enough, and truly that's being strong. Be vulnerable enough with yourself to say, hey, I don't have it. Hey, I am struggling. I can't do this. And I know maybe some of us has gotten burned by other people in life and we've done that. And this is why your discernment is going to be very heavy to know who should you be going to with these matters and who you should not. That's your discernment to refine. But if you're able to do so, it feels like what that feeling of turning your wheels in the mud finally becomes loosened up because now you're receiving either some kind of help or feeling seen, somebody who's been through the same situation and maybe they can give you guidance. But this is asking for you to open up. So Leo, I'm going to leave this here. I'm done. Finito. It's been a pleasure. I love you guys. If you would like a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. And bye.